Hello, welcome back to Hot Yachts Now. My name is Rich Schuldt, and with me I have innovative designer Tom Wylie. Tom's going to show us the newest sailing hybrid boat. We're going to take a look. Tom, can you show us around?
Yep, I'd love to show you our boat, the Derek M. Baylis.
Tom, first thing I'm noticing is this rig. It reminds me of a big windsurfer.
It definitely is a takeoff of that technology.
Do you ever have anybody try to go up and grab the boom?
In fact, a couple people have actually done it. This rig technically is called a ketch. It's a major mission is to be able to be easily used by a wide variety of people.
I see we have two wheels here. I mean, the obvious is we can see from either side, but is there more to it than that?
There's quite a large little list. I'll start with the fun part. There's several owners of the boat, so of course you can fight with each other. They both link to each other. As you can see, they turn. We're trying to have a very versatile cockpit to where we can move different things around the cockpit. And so I'm standing, number one, a little high to get out of the way of work that might be in the cockpit or people that might be in the cockpit. The other thing I'm standing high for is visibility over the rather tall pilot house. One of the nicest features of these wheels is that they are very low friction, and they're part of the secret that allows this boat to actually be steered by children that are 12, older women, older men, and so it's definitely trying to reduce the strength required to enjoy sailing.
I see. They can steer the boat, and you can be over here like a co-pilot, just keeping an eye on things.
That's very true. It's kind of nice to have the co-pilot on the other wheel and the 12-year-old thoroughly enjoying the thrill of sailing. Steering a 65-foot boat is quite a thrill for a youngster. It's pretty neat to see.
Tom, now this is just more than a sailing yacht that we have here. This is actually a marine research vessel. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
You're quite right, Rick. It's both an education and research vessel.
Because different types of plankton tell you what's in the bay, and they're also at the mercy of tides and currents and temperature. So we are going to do that. Yeah, we're going to drop in a net. Well, you guys are going to do that. We're drop in a net, and we're going to look at it underneath the microscope.
All of this food, all of this plankton is just exploding right now.
And as a research vessel, one of the reasons we're using the sail when the wind does blow is so that we can have the minimum impact in the ocean. There's a fair bit of high-tech material on the boat. This is titanium. It's raw titanium. There's no paint here at all. This is the natural color. All the way through this vessel, we're very weight conscious so that the total package will be the minimum resistance. If the boat's lighter and more streamlined, you need basically less sail area or a smaller motor. We're definitely trying to make it light but not fragile. It clearly has to go to sea, and it can clearly blow hard when you go to sea, so it has to be strong. The hull is a form of construction that's oftentimes called monocoque or sandwich construction, where you have a very lightweight core material. In this case, it's balsa wood, and then you have fiberglass on either side with a very, high-tech resin. Vinyl ester is the resin we chose. Good bonding characteristics, really great at keeping water penetration to a 0 point or very close to zero. The deck and the house, we actually went for an even lighter weight. We weren't concerned about puncture resistance of hitting things at sea at high speed in a black night. And so we went to carbon fiber to just get a lower weight.
And I mean, we've got all these high-tech materials. I mean, this must cost a fortune. Titanium, carbon fiber. I mean, and we're doing a hybrid boat. I mean, what are the savings here? Are we going to save money on the fuel consumption on the boat? Is that where we're going with all this?
One of the many things as a design goal for this boat was to have it crewed by a small number of people, and as we've talked about a little bit, different strengths, and so the high-tech materials just plain are part of that mission.
90% of boat building is sanding.
But absolutely it'll lead to less use of fuel or smaller sails when you're under sail to power you up.
Lighter and faster. You
Lighter,
gotta love it.
definitely lighter and faster. You gotta love it.
Tom, I'm ready to see down below. Can we take a look? Wow, would you look at this?
Very few pieces of furniture, just a piece of furniture. The table is a good example maybe of just a piece of furniture, but even this simple handrail has all the wires run through it, so it's conduit for these lights that are all routed into the foam, which is both insulation and it's a coring device or stiffening device for the overhead. So we could go through the entire boat that way. And the purpose, of course, is in this cabin is to be able to do the science program, the navigation station over here.
I wanted to talk a little bit about navigation. Are any of you already navigators? No? You sure about that? The houseboat's one thing. I was just thinking in terms of, can you get to the corner store, or LA freeways, you're a navigator.
But one of the nice features we also have here is you can actually steer this boat.
Oh, you're talking about with the automatic pilots and all that. You can control it without even being out here.
Right. With the automatic pilot, you can change course, go 5 degrees, you know, to port, 5 degrees to starboard.
Okay, so we put diesel fuel in the keel? Tell me a little bit about that. I haven't heard that yet.
Yeah, the keel is the object on the boat that looks like, you might say, the dorsal fin on a shark or dorsal fin on a dolphin. Only in our case, the dorsal fin is built out of steel, very thin, 1/4 inch steel, and inside the hollow steel fin, that's airfoil shaped like a fish or a bird, is a diesel fuel.
As a yacht designer, I mean, what got you into this whole field? I mean, it's just amazing what you're doing. Tell me, how'd you get your start?
I definitely started a long time ago, Rick. I was fortunate enough to have great parents that introduced me to sailing. So I started learning how to race boats, and after a while I started doing advanced ocean racing. And
so you must have had the idea that, hey, I can make this a bigger, faster, better boat, right?
Yeah.
The way you started laying things out?
That definitely was starting to occur in the ocean racing career days, which started when I was in college, and you know, went through my mid-30s. And by the time I was in my mid-20s, I had already started a design career, as you say, doing, you know, interesting, innovative things. Most of them were ocean racing vessels in those days.
So Tom, I've seen your boats all over the world. I mean, is there certain boats that you design that really just stand out?
The clients that I have attracted are largely pretty experienced sailors, so they kind of lead the mission statement, and hence what you see all over the world is pretty unique.
I'm one of your fans here, so my next boat, I'm going to have you design it. Is there a big waiting list?
Well, I have a decent back order. Thank you very much for asking.
All right.
It's about 9 months.